Hello friends, welcome to the session today. I'm Soni, your trainer for this session. Well, yesterday we did pronouns. We learnt about what are pronouns and some types of pronouns. But then we are left with some more types of pronouns. So what will we do today? We'll go ahead and do the other kinds of pronouns. Towards the end of the session, we'll also do a lot of exercises and again a revision of the entire session on pronouns. Today what we'll do is the other types of pronouns we are left with. The first one is distributive pronouns. Now, what are distributive pronouns? These pronouns are used to refer to a number of persons or things at one time. When you're talking about many people at one particular time, you refer to them, that is represented with the help of a distributive pronoun. That is a single name or a single pronoun used to talk about many people. Now, because it is a single pronoun and a single name given to many people, therefore it is always considered as singular. Let me give you an example. The word each. Each means everyone. Each of you means each one, every one of you. So it is talking about everyone, but then the word each is considered as singular, although the word each will include all of you one by one. Similarly, the word either, E-I-T-H-E-R. Either also means any one of the two. So again, it can include anyone. Either becomes a singular, neither, none of the two. It's the negative of either. Either is any one of the two, neither is none of the two. So words like each, either, neither, these are examples of distributive pronouns, and don't forget they are considered singular. Let's take the examples in the form of sentences. Each student got a farewell gift. Each student got a farewell gift. So the word each represents a distributive pronoun. But by saying each, you've actually talked about every student. Each one. So you've talked about everyone. We respect each other in class. हम एक दूसरे की इज्जत करते हैं. Again, आपने सबको शामिल कर लिया है. Word आपने each ही use किया है. But each के use से you have included everyone. You've not left out anyone. I take either tea or coffee in the morning. Now I told you the word either is used to make a choice in the positive sense. You can pick out either tea or coffee. Similarly, the word neither is used in the negative sense. For example, my sister neither takes tea nor coffee. Means ना वो टी पीती हैं और ना कॉफ़ी, दोनों में से कोई भी नहीं. So neither represents a negative sense. Now let's go ahead and do a little exercise on distributive pronouns. In this exercise, I'll read out a paragraph to you and you need to edit the paragraph. The paragraph is absolutely correct, but you need to replace some words with the distributive pronouns. We went into every shop in the marketplace. I'll do this sentence for you. We went into every shop in the marketplace. Now instead of the word every, what does every mean? सारी दुकानों पे एक एक करके सब पे गए. So instead of the word every, you can use the word each and every, or you can just use the word each shop. This is the way you need to edit this paragraph. We went into each shop in the marketplace. My mom examined each article carefully before making the purchase. I needed a pair of shoes. I would have been happy with neither the black sandals or the red slip-on shoes I saw. But Mom liked either of them. So I settled for a pair of sneakers. I'll read it once more, and where they've used either, you can change, you can replace the word either with some other demonstrative pronoun. We went into every shop in the marketplace. My mom examined each article carefully before making the purchase. I needed a pair of shoes. I would have been happy with neither the black sandals or the red slip-on shoes I saw. But Mom liked either of them. So I settled for a pair of sneakers. Now bring out the meaning of the paragraph. Correct it if possible and replace some words with the distributive pronouns. Let's discuss what is the correct version. We went into every shop can be replaced by each and every or just each. Each shop in the marketplace. My mom examined each article carefully before making the purchase. I needed a pair of shoes. I would have been happy with neither. Now because he needs a pair of shoes, how can he be happy with neither? मतलब कोई भी ना मिले, I would have been happy. Why will he be happy? कुछ तो चाहिए ही, at least needs a pair of shoes. So instead of neither, it had to be either. I would have been happy with either the black sandals or the red slip-on shoes I saw. या black sandals या red slip-on shoes, I would have been happy with any one of them. This is what he means. Next, but Mom liked either of them. Mom liked neither of them. Mom को दोनों में से कोई भी पसंद नहीं आए. So I settled for a pair of sneakers. So it was an easy exercise provided you could understand the meaning of the paragraph. What does the writer wants to say? If you would have understood the meaning, it would have become much more simpler. So this was about distributive pronouns. Words like each, either, neither, all these are included in distributive pronouns. Let's move on to the next type of pronouns, that are the interrogative pronouns. Now what does the word interrogative mean? It means something related to a question. When you ask a question, that is interrogative. Now interrogative pronouns are used for asking questions. For example, What did you eat? Now, what did you eat? In this sentence, the first word what tells you that it is a question. So, the word what becomes the interrogative pronoun. Or who is your best friend? Who again? Interrogative pronoun. Which film should we see? Again, you want to know which film, kaun si. So the word which becomes the interrogative pronoun, correct. Next, whose is the pen? Ye pen kiska hai? Again, the word whose is an example of interrogative pronoun. Whom should I approach for advice? Who means किसके पास जाऊँ मैं advice के लिए? So whom also is an example of interrogative pronouns. So words like what, who, which, whose, whom, these all come under the list of interrogative pronouns. And once you end an interrogative sentence, don't forget to put the question mark at the end. Since now you know what are interrogative pronouns, let's go ahead and attempt an exercise. Remember what are interrogative pronouns? Who, which, what, whom, whose. So use these ones in the fill in the blanks or in the exercise that we'll do. Now you need to ask a question. I'll give out the answer and you need to frame the question for that answer. The answer is, my name is Sania Mirza. That is the answer. Frame a question for it. Next, I am a professional tennis player. I am a professional tennis player. Frame a question for this answer. Next, I live in Hyderabad, but I travel a lot. I live in Hyderabad, but I travel a lot. Frame a question. Next, I always travel by air. This is the answer. I always travel by air. Frame a question. Next, my role model is Steffi Graf. My role model is Steffi Graf. Frame a question. Now, just put yourself in the shoes of a reporter. Think as if you're a reporter and you're taking Sania Mirza's interview. Then frame these questions. How would you ask her a question so that she answers, my name is Sania Mirza? What would you ask her that you would get this answer? Frame the questions thinking that way. So I hope you've done your reporter's job. Good. Let's go ahead and discuss the questions this time. The first answer was, my name is Sania Mirza. Now, if you ask your friend, what is your name? He will tell you his name. Similarly, for this answer, the question should be, what is your name? What being the interrogative pronoun. Next, I am a professional tennis player. The question could be, what is your profession? You could have other questions as well for this, like what do you do? Next, I live in Hyderabad, but I travel a lot. The most appropriate question for this could be, where do you live? The word where becomes the interrogative pronoun. Next, I always travel by air. Now, how would you ask her this? You would say, how do you travel? How becoming the interrogative pronoun. Next, my role model is Steffi Graf. Now, when will she tell you about her role model? Only if you ask her. So, you need to ask her, who is your role model? Then she'll answer, my role model is Steffi Graf. So, in the question, the word who becomes the interrogative pronoun. Very good. This was a very simple exercise. You people should practice talking to your friends this way so that you can discover new things, you can learn new words from your friends, and it would help you improve your fluency in English. Let's now move on to the next type of pronouns that are called the relative pronouns. Now, relative pronouns are those that join two sentences and refer back to the nouns going before them. I'll repeat the definition. Relative pronouns are those that join two sentences and refer back to the nouns going before them. We'll discuss some examples, then you would understand it better. The examples of relative pronouns are who, whose, whom, which, and that. Now, don't confuse them with interrogative pronoun because we've done who, whose, whom, which in interrogative pronoun as well. But these are different when it comes to relative pronouns. Let's discuss some examples to bring out the meaning of relative pronouns. Now, you have two sentences. The roses have wilted. My friend gave them to me yesterday. These are the two sentences. As I told you in the definition of a relative pronoun, they join two sentences. So how would you join these two sentences? The roses have wilted. My friend gave them to me yesterday. Use a relative pronoun, which I just told you, like who, whose, whom, which, that. Remember, the relative pronoun should join the two sentences and refer back to the nouns. So for this you can say, the roses that my friend gave me yesterday have wilted. So you've joined the two sentences. The roses that my friend, you've referred back to the noun as well. कौन से roses? जो आपके friend ने दिए थे. So the roses that my friend gave me yesterday have wilted. The eggs are bad. I bought the eggs yesterday. I've given you one example. Now try and join these two sentences using a relative pronoun. The eggs are bad. I bought the eggs yesterday. Now, which eggs are bad? The ones that you got yesterday. Now, join the sentence. It would become the eggs that becomes the relative pronoun. The eggs that I bought yesterday are bad. Which eggs? The ones that you got yesterday. So, do you understand what do we mean by a relative pronoun? How to use them? Still have some doubts? Okay, let's discuss some more examples. Chess is a difficult game to play. It is a very old game. Join these two sentences. Chess is a difficult game to play. It is a very old game. It would become chess, which is a very old game, is difficult to play. So out here, which is the relative pronoun? Another example. Here is the beggar. I have given him money. Which beggar is here? जिसको आपने पैसे दिए थे. So how would you put it together? Here is the beggar whom I have given money. जिसको मैंने पैसे दिए थे. The word whom shows the relative pronoun. I'm sure after doing so many examples, now you are clear with the concept of relative pronoun. Okay, so get ready for the exercise now. You need to connect the pairs of sentences using relative pronouns. We discussed two sentences. Try and join the sentences with a relative pronoun. The first one. The matter has been settled. We were discussing it last night. The matter has been settled. We were discussing it last night. Try and use the relative pronouns we've discussed. Next, the man is sitting in my office. The man is sitting in my office. He is a policeman. He is a policeman. Next, Ashoka was a great emperor. Ashoka was a great emperor. He attacked Kalinga in 262 BC. He attacked Kalinga in 262 BC. The last one. Amitabh Bachchan is my role model. Everyone admires him. Amitabh Bachchan is my role model. Everyone admires him. Now these were the pairs of sentences you got. Combine the two sentences using a relative pronoun. Try and check the examples I gave you. They will help you join the two sentences. Let's discuss the answers. First one, the matter that we were discussing last night has been settled. So you've joined the two sentences telling about which matter has settled, the one that you were discussing last night. So the word that becomes the relative pronoun. Next, the man who is sitting in my office is a policeman. The word who acts as a relative pronoun. Next, Ashoka, who was a great emperor, attacked Kalinga in 262 BC. So which Ashoka? Who was Ashoka? He was a great emperor. So Ashoka, who was a great emperor. Who becomes your relative pronoun. Last one. Amitabh Bachchan, whom everyone admires, is my role model. Okay, so which Amitabh Bachchan are you talking about? Whom everyone admires. जिसको सब admire करते हैं. So whom becoming the relative pronoun in this case. Now we've learnt about the different kinds of pronouns. We've talked about personal, demonstrative, reflexive, indefinite, interrogative, distributive and relative pronouns. Now I have a story for you. You need to fill in the blanks with the pronouns to complete the story. I'll read out the story very slowly so that you can go ahead and fill in the blanks. This is the bank dash was robbed yesterday. A boy dash sister is in my class was in the bank. The man dash robbed the bank had 2 pistols. He wore a mask dash made him look like Mickey Mouse. He came with a friend dash waited outside in the car. The woman dash gave him the money was young. The bag dash contained the money was yellow. The people dash were in the bank were very frightened. A man dash mobile was ringing did not know what to do. A woman dash daughter was crying tried to calm her. The car dash the bank robbers escaped in was orange. The man dash drove the car was nervous. He didn't wait at the traffic lights dash were red. A police officer dash jeep was parked at the next corner, stopped and arrested them. So how was the story? Did you understand the story? Most of it, but then if you fill it in with pronouns, the complete meaning of the story would be clear. So fill in all the blanks with the different kind of pronouns that we've done today, starting from the personal pronouns up till the relative pronouns. Come on, be quick. Right. Let's discuss the story now with the pronouns in it. This is the bank that was robbed yesterday. A boy whose sister is in my class was in the bank. The man who robbed the bank had 2 pistols. He wore a mask which made him look like Mickey Mouse. He came with a friend who waited outside in the car. The woman who gave him the money was young. The bag that contained the money was yellow. The people who were in the bank were very frightened. A man whose mobile was ringing did not know what to do. A woman whose daughter was crying tried to calm her. The car which the bank robbers escaped in was orange. The man who drove the car was nervous. He didn't wait at the traffic lights, which were red. A police officer whose jeep was parked at the next corner stopped and arrested them. So now did you understand the story completely? Yes. How? By filling in the proper pronouns. Whatever pronoun was required in the blank, if you fill in the correct pronoun, the story's meaning would come out. So this was about the different kind of pronouns and the different exercises, the stories. Let's go through a brief test. I'll read out some sentences and you need to tell me, are the sentences correct or not? The first sentence, if you see your parents, give my regards to them. Just go through the sentence and check what could be wrong. Next, you can write the correct version and we'll discuss it later. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. This is an easy one. Next, we came across a friend of ourselves in the park. We came across a friend of ourselves in the park. Next, I can't find my pen. May I borrow yours? Next, I do my work and they do their. I do my work and they do their. Next, despite the artist's age, its painting is good. Despite the artist's age, its painting is good. Next, I cut me when I was chopping vegetables. I cut me when I was chopping vegetables. The last one, don't be afraid, it is I. Don't be afraid, it is I. So in most of the sentences, the mistake is that they've used a pronoun but not the correct one. So you need to replace it with the correct pronoun. The first sentence, the solutions. If you see your parents, give my regards to them. It should be, if you see your parents, give my regards to them. So is there any change there? No, because the sentence was right. It was just to confuse you people. Next sentence. He should be ashamed of his self. Now, is there a word as his self? No. Remember I told you the reflexive form of he is himself, not his self. So he should be ashamed of himself. We came across a friend of ourselves in the park. We came across a friend of ourselves in the park. The correct form is, we came across a friend of ours in the park. Because ourselves is used, for example, you had to say, we did this work ourselves, khud hi. But you will not say, हमें हमारा खुद ही का friend मिला. It is, we came across a friend of ours instead of ourselves. Next was, I can't find my pen. May I borrow yours? So what correction have you made in this case? No correction, it's already correct. I can't find my pen. May I borrow yours? It means मेरे को अपना पेन नहीं मिल रहा है, मैं आपका पेन ले सकता हूँ. So the sentence is correct. Next, I do my work and they do their. A very slight mistake. It is I do my work and they do theirs. An S had to be added. That's it. Next, despite the artist's age, its painting is good. Now, the painting is of the artist and he is a living being. So we say, despite the artist's age, his painting is good. Next, I cut me when I was chopping vegetables. It should be, I cut myself when I was chopping vegetables. Me has to be replaced by myself. Next, don't be afraid, it is I. It should not be it is I, it is me. Don't be afraid, it is me. So I hope most of you have got all of them correct. Practice more and I'm sure you would learn a lot about pronouns. Try and use the pronouns in your day-to-day conversations. Whatever you say, instead of saying the name over and over again, use a pronoun. For example, if you call your friend Ram, come here, Ram, do this. Instead of Ram, Ram every time, you can use you. You do this. So this was all about pronouns. We've learned what are pronouns, the different kinds of pronouns. We have the personal pronouns, the reflexive pronouns, the demonstrative, the indefinite, the distributive, the interrogative, and the relative pronouns. We discussed a lot of examples, a lot of exercises. I hope you enjoyed the session and you've learned a lot about pronouns today. So keep practicing and happy learning.